Most of us humans take advantage of the weather that we have on an everyday basis. We also take for granted the land that we live on. We can see major changes and shifts in Mother Nature now that we currently have in natural disasters that we have on an everyday basis. It might be because of deforestation has increased in the past number of years and the removal of trees and plants around the world. We're able to reference this in various studies that scientists have been looking for over the past years. One of the major and biggest ecosystems in our world that carries up to 10 million species, the Amazon rainforest, has already begun deforestation into soybean farms and cattle ranches for South America and Brazil's economy. The president hasn't been able to save or provide funding to save the rainforest because of course, money and big companies that want to kind of dig into the resources that our planet has to offer. That is a problem for humanity as a whole and for future generations of humanity down the line. We're able to see this as scientist and researcher Graham Hancock talks in an interview with Joe Rogan, and he explains how the Amazon is literally being cut down for these farms, and it really doesn't make sense because the soil isn't rich. It's not able to provide a normal plant or a soybean plant at that, and for it to be able to be knocked down and take out a tree from our ecosystem and from one of the biggest rainforests in the world, kind of endangers not just the wildlife, but even the air that we breathe every day. And being able to kind of dig into the 20% of oxygen that it gives us, around the world, digging into that and making that lower can really harm, not just our present life, but life, for our families. And he's able to show, how habitats in the rainforest have, already been endangered and had to move, and sometimes even destroyed. And that leads to climate change, being able to take out a plant that's crucial, a big part of our gas exchange for CO2 to oxygen, and being able to realize that global warming is an increase and it's actually going up for the past few years, and ignoring that statistic can only make it worse as humans that live on this earth. To continue humanity on earth, we need to take action. And a journalist that follows climate change, Robert Wallace, he goes in by saying how climate change has hit record high every year simultaneously, because all we're doing as humans is depleting resources that are able to help our ecosystems flourish and stay balanced and maintain, every species or down the food chain. And taking action and being informed about any of this can really change our humanity for the future. Things that we can do now are definitely recycling, because not only we're keeping our planet clean, but we're reducing the amount of trash that may be in another ecosystem like the oceans, which can be 80% of plastic use in land. And doing our part into keeping the world clean is just the beginning, and something that we should be already doing now. I'm sure everyone has a recycling bin at home, maybe outside where their garbage is and stuff like that. So doing something that small is definitely helpful, but also making it grow, making our environment better, is also important. So planting a tree or volunteering to garden and to provide more support for that gas exchange that we continue to use up and to take for granted. Using our car creates CO2. You know, anything that requires gas, airplanes, anything can really damage our environment, and it can ruin humanity's life and life expectancy. And depleting our resources on Earth can only make us speed the process up. So by bringing this to attention, being able to fund agencies and places that can help the Amazon itself can really help us in long term. And we cannot get distracted by the greediness of rich companies to take advantage of our resources on Earth. Thank you.